That down. Let's talk about this, shall we? Big waves got made when it got announced that DC was going to be making a Sergeant Rock film, which they had tried before with Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Never happened. But they were going to make it with Daniel Craig. Well, then a short time ago, you guys remember, it came out that Daniel Craig was no longer connected to the project, leaving it up in the air a little bit. Well, what's the status of it? Well, now, according to the Hollywood Reporter, it looks like they're circling somebody else. Somebody's already in the house. The Penguin, Colin Farrell, is in talks to star in Sergeant Rock for DC Studios. Hollywood Reporter wrote the following: Colin Farrell, who waddled his way to considerable acclaim, massive number of awards, for his work as classic DC villain the Penguin, is in negotiations to return to the world of DC with Sergeant Rock, the World War II action movie set to be directed by Luca, I always pronounce his last name, Guadagnino? I don't know.
Guadagnino.
Yeah, I'm Italian. You'd think I'd be able to say it right. For DC Studios. The movie indeed puts Rock on track for a shoot this summer in DC Studios' production hub in England. If a deal makes, Farrell would play the tough-as-nails leader of Easy Company, the combat unit fighting Nazi forces in Europe. Sergeant Rock is a World War II soldier who first appeared in comics in 1959. His comics is one of DC's longest-running books. All right. First off, adding talent is always a good idea. Colin Farrell just won a whole ass ton of awards this award season for playing the Penguin. The Penguin was absolutely fantastic. I thought he is one of the industry's most underrated actors ever since I saw him in that Tom Hanks film, Saving Mr. Banks, to which I thought he should have been nominated for an Academy Award, but Tom Hanks was in it, so he was going to get all the credit. Understandably so. This guy is a great actor. Not always chose the best projects to be in over the years, but he's a fabulous actor. The elephant in the room is going to be, wait a minute, he's already in the DC universe. Well, yes and no. There's two actual yes and no's. Number one, he's in the Pattinson Batverse side of the universe, which is separate from what's going to be the mainline DC universe, so he's not really in there. And secondly, he even could play a new villain to Batman because nobody will recognize him. That's the thing. When he first came out as Penguin, he was totally under all the makeup and everything. He could come out and play another character easily.
He should just play all the Batman villains.
What's the name of the actress again who was the lead in Eternals? And
Gemma
she was in
Chan.
What's that?
Gemma Chan.
Gemma Chan. So she was in Captain Marvel, but because she was on all the makeup and everything like that, she was able to be another character in another Marvel film. So on that level, it would
She's
be no
in my
problem.
dreams usually too.
I was going to say, you said her name so wistfully.
Oh,
Gemma Chan.
she needs to be on screen more.
She's
my
incredible.
God.
Rob, first of all, what do you think about them still moving forward with a Sergeant Rock? Is that a good idea in and of itself? And what would you think about Colin Farrell playing the role?
First of all, what's with Brits playing Sergeant Rock?
Yeah,
It was going
the
to be
two
Daniel
guys have all
Craig, and
both
now
been
it's
Brits.
Colin Farrell. Not that I don't love Daniel Craig and Colin Farrell, but come on, man.
But wait a minute,
Where's
is Colin Farrell Brit or is he Irish?
He's Irish.
He's Irish, right?
Either way, UK,
Yeah, it's UK.
Northern, Southern, either way. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to piss anybody off. I have a little Irish blood in me, and it was, of course, a big Irish holiday yesterday. So, yes, he is Irish. But the British Isles, how about that? I think we, to be a little USA-centric here, no. I think this is fine. Like, an actor can play whoever. Colin Farrell, he can play, hey, he was Sonny Crockett. He could be Sergeant Rock. American icons. Why can't they do that? And he was great in Miami Vice, by the way, a vastly underrated movie. But I think this is good casting. I've always loved Colin Farrell. Always. I mean, I love like In Bruges.
Oh, so good in Bruges.
Colin Farrell's
Him and
great.
Brennan Gleeson.
Yeah, he can do no wrong. So let him. Is this actually a DC EU movie?
I think it's supposed to be within Gunn's world.
Yeah,
Is it in Gunn's world?
but everything is Gunn's world, right? So the Pattinson Batverse.
Well, I mean, it's not in the Pattinson verse. So
That's right. Is it going to be in the Pattinson,
Or is it just going to be a
side-
World War II movie called Sergeant Rock?
or is it just going to be a third thing that's completely outside of
Yeah.
either of them and it's a standalone, or is it going to tie in? I mean, didn't we get a glimpse of Sergeant Rock in the
there
Creature
was,
Commandos.
yeah.
what was the animated
In
series?
Creature Commandos?
Yeah, in Creature Commandos, didn't we get a quick glimpse of Sergeant Rock in there? I thought we did.
Yeah,
Well, that
because of the robot. Why can't I think of the
That's right, GI Robot.
GI robot?
Yeah, so, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So maybe
it's
they're
in
going to tie it in there.
So it's the DC Universe version of World War II.
If that's what they're going to do. Chris, what do you think about, number one, them doing a Sergeant Rock movie, which I still got to say, it seems like an odd choice to do a
Yeah.
Sergeant Rock movie, but with Colin Farrell playing the role.
I mean, I'm all for Colin Farrell playing whatever he wants. He's great. He is wonderful with dialects too, so he'll be able to do this American character service, I think. I feel like you'd only do this to build up to a Our Worlds at War storyline. But it does feel a little akin to having like a Captain America First Avenger kind of moment of doing a World War II story. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's not like you can only make one war movie ever
Right.
or have only one thing set in World War II. It's just a very interesting left field choice, but that's been James Gunn's whole thing has been, hey, let me elevate some B, C, D list characters that some people don't know about and put them right for
D-list. Come on.
I mean, for your average person who's not going and getting weeklies.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
wouldn't even say B. I would say C. C or D list. Yeah.
He's out of time. He's a man out of time.
Yeah,
The character's out of time.
Yeah.
too.
exactly. But it could be a really interesting story. I'm sure there's a rhyme and reason for wanting him in there. It's just I'm interested to see what they plan to do with him in the wider scheme of things.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. Listen, guys, you know if you've been listening to me for any amount of time that I really believe that we need to start prioritizing our mental health. I often compare it to this. You know, when we go to the gym to get ourselves more physically healthy, we see that as a positive step. We need to start looking at our mental health the same way and prioritizing our mental health. And that's where BetterHelp comes through. Therapy should feel accessible, not a luxury just for people who have lots of money. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. If you want to look at the numbers, traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. All right, guys, question is for you. Daniel Craig may be out, but it looks like Colin Farrell may be in. What would you think about Colin Farrell playing Sergeant Rock? And I got to ask, what do you think about the idea in general of James Gunn doing a Sergeant Rock movie? Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.